Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And now from the corner of Coffee Grind Avenue and Coffee Filter Street, it's the Coffee Time Wisconsin talk show. Let's give it up, everybody, for Bob, Robert, Bob.
Yeah, and let's give it up for Pastor, who always throws a little additional one in there for us. We love you, Pastor.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, all right, so here we go. It's time for coffee time here in Coffee Time, Wisconsin. And today we've got some great guests. But to begin with, I'm your host, Bob, Robert, Bob. And you can just call me Bob, Robert, Bob.
Bob, Robert, Bob.
Yes, don't even try to shorten that up at all. Joining me on the piano today is our musical leader for the Coffee Time, the Coffee Time show in Wisconsin Talk Show, is keyboard Harriet.
Let's give her a hand.
Yeah. How are you, Harriet? Are you fine today? Good, good. Well, it's time for my monologue, and so you better believe I'm going to pick on some of you people if I can. I get a lot of questions on where did I ever get the name Bob, Robert, Bob? And I don't understand why, but I'm getting tired of repeating it, but we're going to do it. To tell the truth, I was named after my father, Bob, Robert, Bob. But I am not Junior. Why, you may ask? Well, the deal is that I was named after my father's last name. There you go. Yeah. Yep. All right, so continuing on. Did you hear that keyboard Harriet was caught driving recklessly in town?
Not Harriet, she don't drive recklessly.
No, I'm guessing not, but yes, she was. And the police chief, Phil, told keyboard Harriet that she needed to slow down and be more careful, and that it was a terribly dangerous thing for her to be driving around like that. But Harriet had the answer for him. She said, you know what, if the people in Coffee Time don't like the way I drive, they can just get off the sidewalk. All right, so moving on. Did you also hear that Coffee Time Wisconsin's very own Marge the librarian?
Marge the librarian.
Yes, was awarded the National Librarian of the Year. I bet you didn't even know there was a Librarian of the Year, did you?
I did not.
You know, there's something for everything. We even have Popsicle Day, I'm sure. So Marge was able to have more library books checked out on the topic of music than any other librarian in all of the USA. And I don't know, how many books do you think there are in a library on music? Quite a few? Yeah, all right. So when asked by Coffee Time Wisconsin's very own newspaper reporter, Nancy Gets the News Right Marshall, she said, how did you manage to get all those people to check out so many books on music? And Marge the librarian just replied very smartly, my husband Don and I have been married for 52 years now, and we make beautiful music.
Oh,
that's cute.
So we're going to have her on the show one day and ask her about that. Just a reminder, the Coffee Time Wisconsin talk show with me, Bob, Robert, Bob, is being brought to you by Bob and Terry's Alpaca Farm of Coffee Time County with us. You can take tours of their alpaca farm every day from noon until 7 p.m. And I'll give you Bob's number here at the end so you can make sure you call him and arrange this. If an alpaca spits on you, though, it's only half price.
oh, good deal.
It is, yes. And you actually will hear them kind of getting a wad ready to spit. Just a word of warning. Now, it's time for our three guests here right now on Coffee Time Wisconsin. We have the most talented performing group in all of Coffee Time. And boy, we have some talented people in this area, let me tell you. These are all brothers and perform at the Coffee Time Wisconsin Coffee Filter Theater every Saturday night at 7 p.m. So after you go to the alpaca farm, make sure you head down to this place. Let's give it up now for the Coffee Grind Brothers. So come on over, gentlemen.
You sit right behind there.
All right, this is the talk show thing. So welcome, Coffee Grind Brothers. It is indeed an honor to meet you. I will have all three brothers introduce themselves and tell me a little bit about themselves.
Thank you, Robert Bob. My name is Buford Coffee Grinder. I'm the oldest brother. During our performance every Friday night, I perform large coffee, can burgundy, jumping, and reciting ancient coffee, making poetry. On my free time, I like to shoot at clay coffee beans. Last year, I was a Coffee Time Wisconsin clay coffee bean shooter champion. Nobody has ever been able to shoot 6 coffee beans at the same time in the air like I did.
Wow.
That was pretty good. It was a great gift of clay coffee bean shooting that made my wife of 30 years, Bunny Blue Coffee Grinder, fall in love with me.
Wow, Buford. I have always wanted to learn to shoot clay coffee beans. It has always been on my bucket list. I always end up making mine into coffee and drinking them. Let's go to the next brother here.
Well, Bob, my name is Flapjack Coffee Grind. I am the middle oldest of 3 brothers. I perform every Saturday night at our performance, the Coffee Dance. No, oh my word. No one does it. Quite like me, Bob. I can really cut a rug. On my free time, I make stuffed animals out of coffee filters. I will be starting a catalog collection of all my stuffed coffee filter animals soon on Coffee Time Wisconsin Internet. Where else will you be able to buy a stuffed coffee filter animal that looks like a coffee can or even a coffee pod?
That is a real gift, Flapjack. I can't even make stick figures out of my coffee filters.
That is because, Bob, some don't have the gift like I do, so don't be so hard on yourself.
That makes me feel better about myself, Flapjack. Thank you for your kind words. Now let's go to the third and youngest brother. Tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Mug Coffee Grind and I hate coffee.
Okay. So what is your gift in the Saturday night performance of the Coffee Grind Brothers?
I don't say nothing, I just stare.
Oh, well, Bob, I personally think my brother Mug is actually the most talented of all of us.
What Mug does every Saturday night is so moving that the whole theater does not know what to think when he is done.
Well, I was going to ask each of you to perform each of your various talents for us here tonight. The Coffee Time on the Wisconsin Time Coffee Show. Let's start with Mug and his gift of saying nothing and staring. Take it away, Mug.
You gotta stare at the camera.
Wow, Mug, I am going to have you stop right there, and I'm going to be in tears. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we told you, our brother's Mug is good.
Indeed, Buford, you are right. Buford, why don't you do your gift of ancient coffee poetry right now?
Oh, I gotta stand up. Oh, little coffee bean, don't be lonely. Someday you'll be with other little coffee beans in a beautiful coffee pot together. Your life is short, but so are you, little coffee bean.
Wow, Buford, that was inspirational.
Yes, my brother Buford's poetry will someday be in the Library of Congress. Mark my words.
I think you're right, Flapjack. Well, Flapjack, it's your turn to perform the coffee dance that you do every Saturday night at the Coffee Filter Theater. Hit the keyboard, Harriet. Wow, Flapjack, you have got the groove going. Flapjack, how did you ever come up with the coffee dance of life? What was your inspiration?
Well, it's quite easy, Bob. One day my brother Muggs here accidentally poured coffee down my back, and there came the dance.
Just a reminder, you who are watching Coffee Time Talk Show with my guests, the Coffee Grind Brothers, they can be seen every Saturday night at the Coffee Filter Theater in downtown Coffee Time, Wisconsin at 7 p.m. I now have one final question for each of you regarding each of your talents. Buford, as a poet, your poetry is mesmerizing. What is the philosophy behind your poetry?
Well, without Jesus in my heart and life, all poetry has no substance, but is just a bounce of empty words.
Flapjack, as tremendously gifted dancer that you are, what is the philosophy behind your dancing?
Well, Jesus gives me something to dance about. Hit it, keyboard, Harriet.
That makes me almost want to dance, Flapjack. Now, Muggs, with your gift of staring and not saying anything, what is the philosophy behind your gift?
There are times we just need to stare at Jesus and be quiet and listen.
There you go, folks. Whatever your gift in life is, it just goes to show that our philosophy for using it should be to draw closer to Jesus. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, "So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. Give no offense to Jews or to Greeks or to the church of God, just as I try to please everyone in everything I do, not seeking my own advantage, but that of many, that they may be saved." Thank you, Buford, Flapjack, and Muggs Coffee Grind. And thank you also, Keyboard Harriet. Great job as ever. Join us next week when our guest will be Marge the Librarian. She will be talking about her new book, 52 Years with Don, Making Beautiful Music Together. So long. This is Bob Robert Bob from the Coffee Time Wisconsin Talk Show. See you next week.
Who can cheer the heart like Jesus?